Good morning. Coming to you just a little bit early, but let's get started. Yes, this is called Morning Toast with Jen, but I'm not having any toast this morning, but you can have some coffee with me. Our daily bread, a daily devotion. I hope that you have a great day. What is today's date? That's what you get. That is what you get. I think today's the 22nd. All right. Well, we'll record this, and if it's not the 22nd, I'll just go back and redo it because I can. To my little 20 subscribers, I thank you so much for being here. Share these if you will. If you'll hit like, the little thumbs up button on the video, it'll draw attention to the algorithm and they'll start popping up for people. So today, January the 22nd, our devotion reads, "You and I don't need to be rescued only from the idols around us. No, we need to be rescued from our idolatrous hearts." I was in northern India, in one of the high holy cities of Hinduism. It was my first time ministering there, so I was on a 4-day introduction tour of Hinduism. We had entered a temple that held the most horrific idol I had ever seen. I had no idea that things like this existed. It was a huge, maybe 20-foot high image of a male organ. The Hindu pilgrims around me seemed emotional as they entered the temple. They seemed joyous, grateful that they were there. Many of them laid down flat on their stomachs before it. They kissed its base. It was one of the darkest spiritual scenes I had ever seen. Through our translator, we interviewed the members of a dirt poor Indian family who had walked for months to get to this holy city, to this temple of darkness. The scene was so spiritually oppressive that all I wanted to do was get out of that building. I found myself trying to get through busy streets to our vehicle, and as I did, I kept saying to myself, I thank God I'm not like these people. I thank God I'm not like these people. Then it hit me. I am. No, my idols aren't the dark idols of formal religion. They're the subtle items of my everyday world. They're things that claim the place in my heart that only God should have. And they are just as vomitous to my Lord as that idol was to me. At that moment, I confessed to worship war that takes place in my heart every day. I cried out for the rescue that only the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ could provide, and I longed for the day when that war would finally be over. Worship is not something we do only in a formal religious setting once a week. God designed us to be worshipers. Everything we do is the product of worship. We are always giving our hearts to something, and if it's not God, it's something God created. All of this takes place in the little moments of our lives, and for that we need moment by moment grace. That's why John counsels us in 1 John 5:21 to keep ourselves from idols. There is no greater argument for our need for grace than the ease with which our hearts fall under the rule of things other than God. But that grace is yours for the taking. Won't you live in that rescuing grace today by resisting and running from the idols that challenge God's place in your heart. For further study and encouragement, read Ezekiel 20. I hope you have a blessed day.